Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue and my perpetual barking dog. They don't bark all that much except for when people are at the door or whenever I say good morning, or hello or hi. Well, I guess they do bark a lot. I don't know. Anyway, so day after Easter, the first Easter in a pandemic. And so I spent, because we didn't have a family gathering yesterday, I spent the day starting some of my spring cleaning and going through all of the things that I've sort of collected over the past year. And I found some of these really fun cards that I made last year, or some of them even the year before, and different things. Good morning, Sydney. Hello, Elaine. Nice to have you. So, this morning I was sitting here thinking, so it's spring and it's kind of, this is my thing. Usually in the spring I go through everything and sort of assess where am I going for the rest of the year. I know a lot of people do that at the beginning of the year, but I like to do it in the spring and sometimes in the fall before the school starts. Hi, Elaine. So nice to have you. So it's going through all of these wonderful little projects that I've made in the past year, and I started thinking about, the direction of the Miss Rita to the Rescue videos and what we will be doing in the coming weeks and into the summer. And I guess it's probably settling in that we have another, at least a couple months to go of this lockdown thing. And I wanted to make best use of my time. So I wanted to get your feedback on what you would like to see. Now, I know when they introduced the joy to us, to the... Good morning, Lori Jo. Good morning. Hi, Margaret. So when they introduced the joy to us earlier in the year, they went around the room and asked all of the product experts what are their favorite projects. And, some people said vinyl and some people said iron-on. And my answer was I like to make 3D objects. And I think that's pretty evident in a lot of the things that I've done, including, something like this is a box card, and it's a design that I got from SVG Cuts, Marriott SVG Cuts. But here's another box card from Lori Whitlock that I just adore because of the frogs and everything. And then we do things such as this daffodil tea light. And let me show you this one here. I put this together yesterday, actually, and it's perfect for this time of year, I think. It's kind of a little basket made to shape like an umbrella. And so I started thinking, I want to know, I want to hear from you all because I know that I love to do these things. Some of them can't be done on the Joy, but for example, like this could be modified to work on the Joy. I love this one. This for Cynthia in a picture. I love this one. Some of them can't be modified to work on the Joy. And I know the Joy is the big new big new product from Cricut, and I love my Joy, and I spent all of February pretty much talking about the Joy and everything. But projects such as the one I did yesterday, this explosion box, just simply cannot be done on the Joy. Hi, Christina. Hi, nice to see you. Oh, thank you for that lovely email. I got your email. I appreciate it. Thank you. And so, I don't know where I'm going. I know that sounds really terrible, but I do this every year, so don't worry too much about me. But I kind of just need to know from you all what you want to see You don't have to come up with answers now, but comments or suggestions or whatever, what you want to see. Do you want to see more of these kinds of 3D paper projects? Do you want to see iron-on? Do you want to see infusible ink? Do you just want to see joy projects, or do you want to see projects that you can make on the bigger machines like the Explorer and the Maker? And the Maker has all the adaptive tools and everything. Are you interested, or do you have questions about those tools and everything? I just need to hear some feedback, because I really do. I do listen to it all, and it really gives me direction in terms of coming up with some idea. Infusible ink. So Sydney is saying she wants to hear about infusible ink, and I love infusible ink. Although I have to say, the bigger infusible ink projects, I've never quite mastered. If you've been to some of my lives on infusible ink, I haven't mastered. So I would be very happy to do some infusible ink projects. And what about I know a lot of people are into vinyl. I like vinyl. It's not my number one favorite thing. I like iron-on better than vinyl, to be honest. I find it's a little difficult. But I want to just do the things that you are interested in doing. Do you want to see big projects? Do you want to see techniques? Do you want to see just paper projects? This is that Easter card we made. This is a cute little, and do you mind seeing projects that are from different designers, or do you want to just see Cricut Access projects? Do you want to see how to maximize your Access membership? There's a whole bunch of questions that I ask myself all the time, trying to think of things that you guys might be interested in seeing. So that's what I kind of came here this morning to ask you, and also to show you some of these really fun things, like this adorable. Look at this bunny. This is so cute. I didn't have a stamp, so I just wrote Happy Easter. This is a box card, and we've done box cards. I love paper projects myself. I love 3D items. I love paper projects, but I do want to challenge myself, and I want to challenge you all too with some of the newer things. And infusible ink, I think, came out last year in June, and I think there's still a lot of questions about it. And it is a really interesting product. I always want to say project. It's an interesting product. All of the above. So, Lori Jo, I'm happy. I would love to hear from you, which one's more important to you. As you all know, I'm not trying to sell you anything. Somebody mentioned that yesterday. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Yes, I am an affiliate of Cricut, but it's never my intention to just, push sales or anything like that, but rather, just kind of give you an honest feedback about what are some. Do I do anything with dies? Do you mean the dies that you roll through a machine that cuts? I do have a die cutter, which is I forgot, is it Sizzix? I have a Sizzix die cutter. Christine's asking about dies. And I don't often use them anymore. In fact, I gave a lot of my stuff away, but I do like to use embossing folders. And here, if you've not seen what an embossing folder does, it does all of these fancy, pretty designs on paper. This is embossing. So I'm happy to show. I don't generally do a lot of the die cuts simply because my Cricut machines do those cutting, but I do like to do embossing, and it gives a lot of texture to the projects. Some of my favorites are these box cards. Yes, I love box cards. I love things like this that are really big. I did a really fun pumpkin in the fall and these paper buckets and stuff. And I just kind of want to, I could look at all the, what do you call them, statistics to see who's watching what and who likes what, but it's sometimes really just important to hear from people. So this is all really good feedback that I'm receiving from you all. And the joy, I'm loving the joy, but I realize not everybody has one. So is there some feeling about, should we focus more on the bigger machines or focus on the joy? I'm finding the joy is just so much fun to craft. It really is very portable. But it's also, there are limitations to it. And those limitations, generally speaking, with my particular interests, things like these larger or these more intricate things, it can cut very intricate, like these things. The problem is that the width, and so things such as this tea light that we've done, because of the way that the designer puts it together, I end up having to sort of deconstruct it and redo it. And then I spend a whole lot of time doing that and a whole less time, showing you these things. So I kind of just wanted to get from you some feedback. So that's what all this was about. And also to just sort of show you all of these fun projects that I didn't get a whole lot of time this Easter to show you. I love flowers. I want to do some more things with flowers. We've got some daffodils we could make and these oversized poppies. But unfortunately, some of those things, they just can't be done on the Joy because they're just not, it's not capable of scoring, and a lot of flowers need scoring and that kind of thing. So Christina's saying she's good with anything that I do. Thank you, Christina. So you all, watch this, let me know. And also just kind of want to check in with you guys too. Like what are some of your concerns? Or what are you doing to keep yourself occupied during this time? And are you doing some cleaning like I'm doing, or are you trying to learn new techniques, or maybe you're just want to pass the time? So it's important for me to hear from you whenever you get a chance. Let's see, I'm trying to think I haven't got any plans for this week in terms of what to do, because I was thinking this morning, what am I going to do today? And I hadn't really had any thoughts yet of what I plan to do. Usually I wake up with an idea. I'm going to do this. Okay, so Deirdre's saying paper projects. I do too. I love paper. Paper is my medium of choice, and Robin's saying 3D items. And okay, this is all very good feedback. And let's see, what else was I gonna say? I do have some giveaways that I need. I've been really lax about the giveaways. I really gotta do those. And we have this month infusible ink giveaways that include 2 t-shirts, 2 infusible ink t-shirts, a pack of infusible ink pens in, I think it's called Cool Splash or Watercolor Splash. They're like blues and purples, really neat. And then also a box of the transfer sheets in rainbow. And so, I know last year I made some Rainbow Pride t-shirts and those were really fun. So I was thinking this year I would do an infusible ink giveaway. So I've got to come up with a way to give away those infusible ink projects before the end of the month, because we only have a couple more weeks. So want to hear from you guys. What kind of, do you want a challenge to win or something like that? Okay, so Sydney is really pushing the Invisible ink, and that's great. I think what I'll do is show you the Invisible ink pens, because I think a lot of people have questions about it, and it's really fun. I love the transfer sheets too. Invisible ink comes in two different types of ink. It's a pen, and also, the Joy has its own pens. I'll show you these. These are Invisible ink pens. Whoop, turn this over. And these work differently than the transfer sheets, but they are so much fun. I think that it would be fun to show you some more pens, but also transfer sheets, and maybe some different ways to use Invisible ink. I think I myself feel like I'm a little bit trapped about, what can I use Invisible ink on, because I want to follow the directions so I get the best results. So really right now there's only like t-shirts and tote bags and the coasters, which I love the coasters, but seriously, how many coasters do you need? So anyway, wanted to, do the Invisible ink pens, but also the transfer sheets. So that's really good feedback, Sydney. And yeah, that's going to get me motivated to thinking about, and Invisible ink is so much fun. It's really not that scary. I have had a couple of really bad fails, but generally speaking, it's really a lot of fun, and it's really not that expensive or that much more expensive. And a lot of people think it's really expensive. It's not. The pack of pens costs like for the regular for the Maker and the Explorer, they're like $15, and the pens for the Joy are about 10, I think. So it's really not that expensive, and the transfer sheets are I think they're competitively priced. So, and I have a lot of Invisible ink, so maybe that is something we have to continue to focus on. Thank you. That's good. That's good feedback. Okay, so I'm going to go back to, I have some sewing that I'm doing, but I'm going to go back to thinking about what kinds of projects I can show you with the Invisible ink, and also some paper projects, 3D projects. I think I'll show you this fun umbrella. I think it would be it's a pretty thing to put out for the springtime, but also would make a great a bridal or a baby shower gift, I think. I know some things have been pushed out. My friend has a daughter who's what is she? She's getting married, and they originally had a bridal shower scheduled for end of March, and I think that it's been rescheduled. So now I think all of those things that have been rescheduled, once we get over this peak, will start to get scheduled, maybe it won't be till June, but we can use this time to sort of prepare for it and get ready for it. I think that would be a good idea. Okay, Sydney, my email is asking my email. So Sydney, my email address, so if you want to send me an email, my email address is Miss Rita to the rescue, and at gmail.com. And so Miss Rita to the rescue at gmail.com, and you're all welcome to send me emails, and I do respond to all my emails. Sometimes it's a little hard to respond to all the questions on the posts, but you can also PM me or whatever they call it, messenger me. I'm available on my Miss Rita to the Rescue YouTube page, and then also on Facebook. So Christina is saying she has a Maker and a Joy, and now she bought the new mini Anna Griffin die machine. You haven't opened it. Oh man, you love to to do paper projects, huh, Christina? I haven't got the mini Anna Griffin die machine. Is it electric? That's the only thing about the dies that I get a little bit overwhelmed with is that, there's all that cranking and making sure that you have the right sandwich. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I can show you how to do the dies. But Anna Griffin is one of my favorite, and she does some really just beautiful, beautiful things. And as you know, Anna Griffin, or maybe you don't know, but Anna Griffin came out with at Christmas, actually, all of Anna Griffin's extensive image and font lists are now available for Cricut Design Space. And so that means if you're a Cricut Access customer, you can access all, I think there's like 40 cassettes or image sets there. And I'd love to do, she has her own box cards that she calls window box cards that use print then cut. You're bored, Christina. I know. Every once in a while I look up and kind of go, whoa, yeah, I've been in this house for over a month now, with the exception of, a few trips to the hospital, really. So would love to come up with some. So let's do that. We'll work on some Anna Griffin things. I can show you some embossing. I can show you infusible ink, some 3D projects, and maybe just some more paper, infusible ink pens, and doing a little bit of the joy. I don't have one of those machines by Anna, so but I can show you how a die cutter works versus a machine. So that's something that'll be fun. So this is all really great feedback. And you're new to crafts. Christina's saying she's new to crafts, but she has all the latest and greatest machines. You're so funny. So that's interesting. I know. I do get a little bit I forget that when I was first introduced to Cricut, I wanted everything, and then after a while I got to a place where I kind of went, maybe not so much. I'd be like, oh, I have to have this. I have to have that. And then after a while, I learned that, some things are just not for me. But that's the beauty of a Cricut machine, is its versatility. Somebody asked me about faux leather and leather in general, and I have cut leather, I've cut wood, fabric, and all of that stuff, but it's just kind of not what I am geared towards, more paper and stuff like that. So, you're not crazy. You're not crazy, Christina. You're just maybe Cricut crazy. Okay, you can be a crazy cricketer. That's fine. So, okay, everyone, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I think I'll go back to doing some sewing, and then maybe come back later on in the day with a paper project, and then I'll also put together my list of projects that I can show you in the coming weeks. Hi, Lane. Oh, Nate, I wish I could hear yours too. I haven't figured out yet how to do a group chat, although I was playing around with Zoom. But I think that would be fun to do a group chat where people can actually talk to me, and I can talk to them. I miss people. I miss people. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but boy, I do miss people. Even after I went to the hospital last week, I wanted to give the nurse a hug because she was so kind to me, and we couldn't even do that. We both kind of went towards each other, and I think we touched elbows because we were like, we know we can't do this, but we want to do it. And, I think going forward, I don't think people are going to shake hands anymore, and hugging is probably out the window for a while anyway. So I think things are going to change, and maybe that's something that I'm having a little anxiety about too, is thinking about how are things going to change when we get through with this and we get done with the quarantining. Hello, Amy. Yeah, you're right, Christina. The paper is easy to find too. It's cheap. It's affordable. It can do so much. I mean, paper crafting, just the whole idea that there are people that spend, you've got quilling and origami and paper structures and sculptures, and it's really just such a fantastic product to work with that I just am really drawn to it. And then you've got all the beautiful prints there, just so much fun. And so, anyway, so I'm interested in hearing from you. Again, if you want to, you can send me a message through Facebook or YouTube, or leave a comment there or on YouTube or Facebook. But you can also email me at missritatotherescue@gmail.com. And I do respond to all of my emails, and I'm very interested in hearing from you. And I hope that you have a wonderful Easter Monday. I think that's what we would call it. The day after Easter was Easter Monday. And I always wondered about that. I'm going to have to look that up, why they called it Easter Monday. I suppose it was such an amazing thing. Easter Sunday was such an amazing thing that it carried over to Monday. I don't know. Interesting. So, okay, everyone, thank you so much for joining me this morning, and we will see you again later. Yes, Easter Monday, Teresa, you remember, right? And Teresa, by the way, you spell Teresa the same as my sister. My sister is Teresa without the H. A lot of people want to spell Teresa with an H, but my sister has she spells it without the H, Teresa, and I don't know if that's Italian or what, but yeah, we grew up in a very Italian family, and we celebrated all of those holidays. So thanks everybody for coming this morning, and we'll see you again hopefully this afternoon with another great project. And thank you for the feedback, and feel free to send it to me, and we'll see you again really soon. Have a lovely day. Bye.